Consistently 11th with the worst car of the grid is pretty massive. I agree, Super Mudman. I feel like people don't give me the credit I deserve. I say that. Like, it is self-inflicted because I'm doing more research for next year and I hope that's going to be worth it longer term. Now, you might be thinking, I can't see Teo's rating, Jack. 51%. In fact, no, it's at 100%. You just can't see it. My face is covering it. Okay. Now, what's the deal here? I say, what's the deal here? I've never managed this track before in F1 Manager. Of course, it was used 2 years ago. It's very hot, is what we're... It's very... I don't know why I've looked at this like I'm going to see rain at some point. We're in a desert, everyone. I think we get out early on a fresh set of softs. And then from there, if need be, we go out again. I say if need be. We almost certainly will need to go out again. Our car is not quick. Okay, were these times good? I don't know what's a good time. We'll compare it to Alonso. Chat. That's a clean lap on our car. That is on a clean lap. We are 2 seconds behind Alonso. I can't wait for next season. I hope the research is worth it, or else we are in trouble. I might be looking at taking pens for extra engines here, if there's any parts that are, like, marginal. This doesn't look good. At least other teams are bad too. I mean, that's true. It's hard to know how many of them are being blocked. Is this Kevin Magnussen? It's Hulkenberg. Of course, it's f***ing a Haas, though. Why is it always f***ing Haas? I used to like Haas. I managed Haas last year. I had a great time with them. I grew to love the Haas team. And now they just make me angry. They're a pain in the Haas. Very good pun. Haas to class. Any other puns for the people? We're not going quicker here. Pasher might be able to go quicker. I'm miserable. Get me towards the end of these flying laps. Albon doesn't improve. Okay, so Pasher isn't improving.
I'm boxing this lap.
Yep. Well, NT lads. Well, Pasher's last. Pasher, our car is so bad. If Albon makes it through here, it's going to be a miracle. I think he's done it. Has Albon really done that there? Surely not. I can't believe... He's a miracle worker. I mean, to be fair, Pasher did get blocked, but even so, I don't really want to use 2 sets of softs here, actually. So let's just use a set of used softs already. I don't think we're going to improve much here. So I think we get out, set a lap on these used softs, then try and set something on a fresh set of softs. Alex, just a nice clean lap here, please, mate. No idea if that's a clean lap or not. Didn't get blocked, but on old tyres, we're not going to improve. Would it be worth going for a double push here with Albon on these fresh softs just to guarantee that we get a banker lap in? Because the traffic was brutal in the last session. If I go 2 flying laps, I'm probably going to need a cooldown lap because of the heat as well. Can we set an okay time here? I realise we're going for a double push here. We don't want to watch all these laps because we're going to watch him do a lap here, then a cooldown lap, then a flying lap, just to go slowest, probably. Right, Albon, there's a red flag. Who's crashed? Stroll has ruined the session. Is Stroll really mudded us here? Lance, I was getting ready to do my second flying lap. Lance, you imbecile! Lance Stroll, well done, Lance. Well done. I hope you're happy. You've ruined my qualifying. We definitely would have made it out. Definitely weren't going to go slower. Okay, it's a sprint weekend. Are the softs going to last if you're on the softs? Or is it a mediums and push race? I'm thinking mediums and push. Let's just have a look at our parts here. I'm really, really tempted, chat, to take a new engine, new ERS, and new... I'm probably going to need another gearbox. How many races are left of the season? So we've got Qatar, QATAR, Mexico, Brazil, Las Vegas, Abu Dhabi. Have I just added in a race there that's not there, or have I counted that correctly? So it's 5 after this, so... I feel like these gearboxes aren't going to last. But the thing is, if I was going to take the penalties, I probably should have taken them in quali. QATAR's going to be an okay track for us. Mexico's not bad for us. Brazil... I might just take the penalties here Albon is in 12th. That is true. I guess because he's qualified well, maybe I stick out. I just don't know if we've got the pace to keep ahead anyway. What is Teo's situation? Teo's in 17th, so I think Teo, it would make more sense to take penalties if we need to. I think Teo can survive on those two engines, actually, to the end of the year. ERS is slightly less comfortable. Am I going to need another ERS unit? I've eaten through those across... I mean, what? We're beyond 2/3 of the way through the season. Oh, if I don't take a new ERS unit, I'm probably going to have to use a balked one for the last race or two. I'm going to take a new ERS unit for this race. I'll probably swap it out after the race, depending on how we qualify. I know I'm going to need to take a new one on Albon as well. But Albon's in a way better position, so I think we take his penalty later. We do have money for this. We have a lot of money. Like, we have saved up a lot of money, to be fair. Like, I've been pretty careful with everything. Enjoying this F1 Manager video? Want to play it yourself? I have teamed up with Fanatical using the link f1m.workthere.space in your web browser. You can get a mighty fine discount and also help support the channel. 250k on for and against. To tell you what, I'm ready for the sprint. Some people are now praying for an incident. There's lots of people on soft. Should I be worried? Pescher's on mediums, Magnussen's on mediums. When has Copy and Magnussen ever gone wrong? Never. I don't know what to expect from this circuit because I've never raced here in F1 Manager. It feels very narrow, this track, and very claustrophobic. And I don't necessarily think that's a good thing. This game has some funky will-to-will racing that makes me, like, recoil when you see the cars, like, going close to each other. Kevin's on mediums in the middle. Chat, I don't want to be defeatist. I think this is a write-off of a weekend. I don't want to say we're bad, but I'm looking at Albon and how far we are behind Kevin Magnussen on mediums, and I am sat thinking it's gonna be a tall order. Although everyone else's wear on the softs is kind of bad compared to ours and Norris's, and we are just driving in clean air, which is pretty good. If Bottas doesn't get past us, our tyre life might be good at the end because we're not following anyone. Look at the train behind Albon. Chat is so depressing. I mean, they're not overtaking him, which is good, but I feel like that's just a reflection of the circuit. Look at this. What a crap. I mean, all it takes is someone at the back to lock up. Oh, Albon's been done there. I'm not retiring Teo. He's staying out there for experience, chat. He's a young driver. He needs minutes in the car. Call me deluded. I feel like Albon can get Bottas in the DRS zone here. I feel like 10% more wear than us. He has absolutely been fudged running in our kind of heat. Can we get ahead? Can we get ahead? Can we get ahead? We've got ahead. Oh god, the fuel. The fuel. Also, the tyre temps are high now because we're in a desert. Let's just stay on deploy here. I want to see if Pescher could close the gap here because his mediums aren't as worn. So theoretically, he should gain a little bit of time towards the end when these softs have gone off a cliff. Albon's having a great time this race, isn't he? Every lap it's just him trying to defend Norris, who's in DRS. And so far he's doing the job. Teo to be lapped. Sometimes weird stuff like that happens in the game. But fine, accelerate now. We've held him up. There's a yellow flag. There's a VSC. Who's crashed? Who's had a moment? It's a Ferrari. They're not moving. Are they going to reset? Sainz has crashed. Has he DNF'd? Oh, pauses. Oh. That is a DNF, chat. That has to be a DNF. That has to be a DNF. That has to be one, surely, for the believers. He's out! So we've got a DNF! We've got a DNF for the believers! Biblical scenes! Biblical scenes here for the prediction. For the YouTube watchers, we have predictions here at Twitch where the chat bet on what they think is going to happen. For the sprint race we had, would there be a DNF? There is biblical scenes happening right now. Oh my word. I realise I'm saving fuel. We probably should be burning the fuel. Albon's going to be in 11th once we eventually get around ahead. Becher's not last. I repeat, Becher is not last. Oh my... Who said sprint races were boring? Who said that? Not me. I love the fact we're on full conserve and the tyres are still not overheating because of how hot it is. I feel like we've not made up any ground here, have we? Sometimes you can make up a bit of ground in the VSC. Not happened here. We're 14 seconds behind the leading pack, chat. 15 seconds in 15 laps. It's not going to be great for the race weekend, is it? I mean, Albon's in 11th right now, but I don't know how we keep Norris back, if I'm honest. What's the tyre wear like? I'll tell you what, that VSC has saved a few people, I think. He's got us, hasn't he? He's got us. Has he got us? Has he got us? He's got us. Right, Albon, we're going to go back at him here, mate.
Yes, copy.
No nonsense.
No point even trying to defend these positions.
Yes, there is a point, mate. It helps us tomorrow. Becher's having a whale of a time at 19th. He's had the most lonely drive ever. But he's had a clean race. He's got minutes in the car, and that's what matters. Right, Albon, we're going for this here, mate. We are going for this here. That was your fastest Sector 2 all race.
Yeah.
Got to get past him here.
Yeah.
If we get past him here, I don't think he can get past us. Oh, he's so quick, though. I don't think this is going to work. Surely not. It's going to have to be a lunge. It's not going to happen. Or is it going to happen? Alex! Alex! How's he done this? Hang it up around the outside. Just push, mate. You've got the battery. You can deploy air. Let's go, visor cam. This is what visor cam is made for. Moments like this. We're full pushing. Last lap. Can we discuss how sick this camera looks, by the way? Like, I never use this for a full race. But it's just a thing they added just because they could. It's very cool. Like, one of the things I'd love this game to have is like a director mode where the game automatically switches between cameras a bit better and like it maybe overviews the race as a whole.
As soon as I try to race anyone, I just have no chance.
I know you've got no front, mate. I know. We used all our deploy there. Yeah, there's definitely something weird going on with VRS. Come on, Alex. You've got 2 corners to try and make a move. I am getting motion sick. I don't know about anyone else. We're not going to get him. There's been a crash. There's been a crash again. Who's had a moment now?
We've got a yellow flag.
Is this after the race has finished or at the back? This is after the race has finished.
Dangerously close to
The race has finished, lads.
see how the cars come together. And that one's
Well, sorry, what's going on here? George Russell has just assassinated Alonso after the race. Why?
Contact at turn 1.
I mean, we've got 12th. I don't even. They've just had a crash. Don't crash. Don't do what we've just seen.
Has he got out?
Driver's all okay.
He's okay. Okay, thank God.
Okay, checker flag.
I mean, it's a bit unfortunate that hasn't happened in a way that benefits Becher.
It's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world. Good attitude to have, Alex. Now, I want to do a slightly different prediction here, I think. And I think the prediction we go for is, will we have the fastest pit stop of the day? Will we have the fastest pit stop of the day? Will we be first for fastest pit stop? I think, you know, for the DHL Ultras out there, there's some hardcore DHL fans out there. If we get second, it counts for nothing. If we get first, it means something. Okay, are we ready? We're all set. Is that the skid marks from an earlier race? What's happened here? We won't question it. Right, Albon's in 11th. Albon, mate. And Becher, mate. Just, you know what? Have fun today. The reality is that this year in the Constructors, we're not going to be up there. We should achieve our goal. As long as Alfa Romeo and AlphaTauri don't get some crazy points from nowhere. We're all about the vibes now to the end of the year. Track limits on the Haas. Do you not see that? They're cheating. They're cheating. Also, that's Kevin in front. That man scares me. We were so bad in the sprint race, I'm not sure pitting a load of times is actually smart. But it's good for the DHL Pit Stop Award, if nothing else. What can we do? I mean, Bashir's up to 18th. I think we started 17th. But let's just ignore that. Don't let that get in the way of a good story.
I'm trying.
Oh, I've got to be driving clean air and the tyres are still just maintaining temps. This might be a faster race kind of race, chat. Tyres are overheating.
Thinking about tires here.
I'm not thinking about the tyres. I'll be honest. The tyres are hot. I'll admit it. Yeah, they are hot. I can't do anything about it, mate. We're driving in a desert. Like, what the f do you want me to do? You want me to get ice packs out for you? Can't just make magical ice packs appear, mate. You fuming. Absolutely fuming with this bloke. Okay, they're in an okay temperature range now. Can we go aggressive now? Is that stupid? Probably. Carlos Sainz is trying to get past Teo. Don't let him pass, Teo. Defend like a lion. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. What's everyone else's tyre wear? Great question. I mean, Piastri's cooking his tyres. Our tyre wear always seems to be around Norris's. I think everyone else is just overheating theirs.
Ridiculous.
Oh, for God's sake, that's not great. And Hulkenberg's got Albon as well. There's lots of beeping going around. Our drivers are not happy today.
Can they squeeze by?
How's Kevin always in the top 10? I'll be honest, I think the Haas car has just been mad this year. De Vries overtakes Peugeot. Of course he does. Of course he does. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Peugeot's smashing it this race. Look, less of this blasphemy against Peugeot. Teo's doing fantastic. In Peugeot, we trust. He's a great bloke. Okay, Albon. Now's your time.
She's up the overtake.
Yep.
Use the magic button. Use the magic button. Press that overtake button like you've never used it before. Oh, I'll tell you what. We're bloody quick. Our tyre temps are pretty good as well. I think I can stay on aggressive here for a little bit. If Piastri wants to be a bit of a cork in the bottle as well with his more used softs, that would be nice. I am conscious, actually, I've still got driving clean air on. This instruction at certain tracks seems to make the tyre wear way too good. And I'm looking at Bashir's thing here thinking, the driving clear air is clearly working for you, but is that working too well? I've seen some clips where people have driving clean air on at like Bahrain, have like the aggressiveness turned up to max and the tyres just don't go down in wear. I think it's because the temperatures just don't really change when you have driving clean air on. So I'm a bit conflicted, because on the one hand, I need to use air, because when I don't use the car tyres overheat. On the other hand, I don't want to feel like I'm cheesing it, using it when I probably wouldn't be using it. Like now when we're in clean air with Albon. I mean, with Peugeot, we're not in clean air, so I feel like I'd be using it. This is Qatar. Yeah, we're fighting for 11th again. This is a very common occurrence, isn't it? I've noticed. All right, let's get Peugeot into the pits, chat. Next lap, he's pitting. You know, the fastest pit stop fans out there, get limbered up. It's what you've been waiting for. I know this is what you guys watch the stream for, is the fastest pit stops here. We've got one coming up. I'm excited for it as well. Here we are. He's entering the pits. I love the fact that Teo has voice lines this year. That makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. We need below a 2.1 to be in with a shout of getting first, I feel like. Like a 2.0 something is very good for a fast pit stop. Like, previous weekends, that would be quick enough to get you first. Can we? This is going to be the first of a few pit stops in this race because of the tyre deg. I'll tell you what, that's bloody rapid. I'll tell you what, we are a well-oiled machine in this establishment. A 2.068. That is a banging time. We love that. Right. Stream until we get points. I don't want to be up all night. Is the honest answer. I don't want to be up all night. Oh, I left on deploy. My bad. My bad. All right, Russell's pitting. Albon's pitting. Tsunoda's pitting. Tsunoda's nearly at the back of us there. Right, we need a good pit stop here to keep ahead of Tsunoda. We have to stay ahead of Tsunoda. Right, pressure's on you, lads. Oh, God, the overheating. AlphaTauri are going to come in. Look at this. This is going to be intense. Can we get a good pit stop here? Oh, we've had to wait for him. No! No!
Okay, what's your
I hate our pit box position. It mugs us off so much. That was a 2.0. That was such a fast pit. It was actually faster than Tsunoda's pit stop. But because of our pit box position, we have to let him out. Disappointing. I'm fine, chat. Everything's fine. Odds on Hulkenberg crashing into you. Hopefully 0. Hopefully. Kevin is in 5th, by the way. Like, this Haas car is actually rapid, which makes the fact that Pachere's holding up Hulkenberg... I've jinxed it. I've made a severe lapse in judgment. It's okay. We'll get him on this next bit, chat. We're going to show him how we get past. We kind of have to get him here, otherwise I don't think we get past him. Teo, Porsche. He's like Batman, but slightly less cool and more handsome. Eat it, Hulkenberg. Eat it. We're better than you. What a bloke. What a bloke. My goat. My goat.
to manage tyres?
I think mediums to the end is fine here. We're not going to be challenging for points unless there's an incident up the road. Hold the phone. Has there been an incident up the road? There was yellow flags for a second. Never mind. Gasly locked up. That doesn't affect us, I don't think.
Along the straight here.
What's he done? He's on the straight. Turn 1.
Car locks up.
Ah.
Was that a one?
I mean, it's, you know what? As far as lockups go, not the worst for his that he could have had. It's not even affected his tyres. I'm livid. Pacher he's bloody good, is Pacher. Big fan. Please, I hope I've not jinxed it. I've jinxed it, haven't I? I have jinxed it. I'm going to put him on deploy even though it makes no difference now. Go on, Teo. Get him back. Round the outside, Teo. Never mind. Right. We'll get him next lap. We'll get him next lap. I actually don't think our drivers are doing that bad. I know it's easy to look at Albon down in 17th. I mean, we saw it when we did the car analysis. Like, our car is 20th on the grid for pretty much everything. I think top speed we're like 14th. DRS effectiveness was 16th. High speed cornering we're like 16th. Everything else we are the slowest car on the grid for. Acceleration, low speed cornering, medium speed cornering. Like, our drivers are extracting a lot of performance out the car. I've probably left this too late for Pacher to come back at Hulkenberg, but we can have a little go into the final corner. We'll have DRS, but we're so far back. He's got to get a mega drive out the last corner, and he's not Sega. He's not got a mega drive, or has he got a mega drive? He's very far back here. There's no shot he does this, is there? There's no shot he gets... I'll tell you what, Pacher. You, my friend, are a racy little boy. Look at that. Pure meat, baby. That's a reference. Some people won't get the reference. If you don't get the reference, it's okay. Look at that. Look at us go. Who would have thought? Not me. The thing is right now with Pacher, I kind of need to micro him lap to stand a chance of staying ahead of Hulkenberg, I feel like. If I just whizzed this forward, I think we get done. This is what he's going to do us here, I fear. There's not much point in trying to keep up with him here. We'll get him next lap, Teo. Next lap. Although we're meant to be pitting. The Haas is probably going to be pitting for mediums as well. Is there going to be much of an undercut with the mediums? Magnussen's got a puncture. Magnussen's got a puncture. Kevin? Kevin, how far has he got to get? He's got quite far to get around here. If someone wants to drive into the back of him, that'd be fun. I want to say how sad I am for him, but it couldn't have happened to a nicer bloke. Come on, Kevin. Can he get back to the pits? The answer is yes. Yes, he can. Also, probably should be focusing on Teo here. Teo. It's time to close the gap. I'm going to go one more lap on these. I know it says it's the optimal lap. We're going next lap onto the mediums. Albon's actually made up some ground here. Who are we coming up to? De Vries on hards to the end. Our mediums are cooked. Pasheri's loving to have a go at Hulkenberg. I'm rating it. I'm rating it. Okay, he definitely didn't drive into him there. That was clean racing. Everything's fine. I'm calm. He's got very wide there as well. Okay, we've lost all the ground that we had on Hulkenberg, but we're pitted anyway. Our tyres were cooked. We raced Hulkenberg hard. Now it's time to get into the pits with poo. Because our softs have gone. Is Albon going to get past De Vries here? I'd like to think he can. We've been lapped as well by a Ferrari, so we can push harder. Share. Good pit stop, please. Good pit stop, please. Please be a good pit stop. I'm fine. That is unfortunate. That is, you know what? That is unfortunate, isn't it, really? That probably damages our hopes of getting an undercut now on Hulkenberg, who's probably going to pit in the next lap or two. We still have the fast pit stops. Are we still in the lead for fastest pit stops? That's the really important thing here. We still have the fastest pit stops. I don't want to alarm anyone, chat. I don't think we're getting any points today without a bit of a smash. And even then, I don't know if we'd be able to unlap ourselves either. I mean, Albon's racing De Vries. What a sad state of affairs. Right, Albon's in the pits. Hulkenberg's in the pits as well. Oh, we're slowing down Hulkenberg for Pacher by pitting ourselves. This is genius. Right, fast stop here, lads. I mean, it's good. It's not our quickest of the day, but it's good stuff by the boys. Is 8th in the Constructors still on? We're currently 7th in the Constructors, so I'd hope that 8th is possible. All right, Albon's in 18th, Pacher's in 16th. Given how qualifying went, this is probably as good as we could have hoped it to be. I mean, 17th and 18th. It wasn't a good track for us, was it? If we're being honest. I've only been doing research for next year. I think we've developed 2 new parts this season. And the rest has been put into research. Namely, chassis and side pod research, because they're 2 components being changed for next year. I have no idea how good the research is going to be that we've done. I suppose that's going to be telling, isn't it? How good is research this year? I'm hoping it's going to be good, otherwise we've wasted a season suffering. I don't want to have wasted a whole season suffering. Okay, it's the last lap. Nothing has happened here, has it? Let's be honest. It looked like it could be something for us, but... well done, Charles. Really happy for you. Wait. Albon, push. We can get him at the line. We can't get him at the line. I've left it too late. I could have got a 16th if I tried harder. I mean, Hulkenberg's down in 15th. The one-stopper was definitely the better strategy. I have to hold up our hands and say it. Sorry, we got it wrong. Are you ready for this, chat? This is the thing that matters. This is what we're here for. Did we get the fastest pit stop of the day? For the believers. You better believe we would. We are Williams. We are pit stop kings. We are pit stop kings. Look at that. So have that, McLaren. I don't think we can catch Red Bull before the end of the year. But second is looking good. We're bloody massive in the pit stops. I knew that was the stop when it happened.